Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Gaidar Magdanurov, Chief Operating Officer at Acronis, and the company's Vice President for Cyber Protection Research, Candid Wuest. Thank you for joining us, Gaidar and Candid.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, you've got a brand new version of Acronis True Image 2021 arriving, and this is a real departure. This is not your standard update for Acronis True Image. I'll let you get started, Gaidar, and tell us how this is different.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story of the product. So we historically, everybody knows us as backup solution. And at some point in time, it was the only consumer-grade solution that would allow people to create full image copy of their system while system is still running without any interruption. It was the only solution that would allow people to recover to dissimilar hardware. So at some point in time, it was a real revolution for consumer backup. And now we're doing kind of the same thing, revolution again, to the backup field. We are evolving towards the complete cyber protection. So it's not backup anymore, it's backup and cybersecurity integrated into one single product. And the reason we're doing it is because the cyber threats are evolving constantly. And now there are so many different type of ransomware, malware, and viruses that are attacking home computers, and they're attacking also the backup applications and backup data. So traditional backup is not enough anymore. You have to have security integrated. Now, at the same time, the traditional security is not enough anymore because all those new types of attacks, they're using all the technologies available to them. They use AI, they use machine learning, they use cloud, so they can attack a lot of people at scale. And traditional antiviruses that doesn't have ability to recover data and doesn't have ability to use the backup data to build models for detection, they just cannot prevent all those type of attacks. So we believe that the integration is the only way that you can deliver complete protection. And that's what we're launching. So the product that we have now, Acronis True Image 2021, this is the first product that integrates data protection and cybersecurity in one single package.
And let's bring a Candid in here. This is not an afterthought, just adding as an extra feature the protection here. Tell us, this is serious stuff that you're doing, full featured.
Absolutely. I mean, we have been at Acronis already looking at threats like ransomware for more than 4 years, right? Going after your data. But of course, now this integrated approach, this cyber protection approach, goes way beyond it. So we do have artificial intelligence that we use for analyzing files before they even execute. We do dynamically analyze the behavior of any application that you run, and therefore we can block any suspicious activity. And we even apply to specific applications. Like at the moment, of course, many people are working from home. So using those video applications is very popular, like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. And we specifically protect them so that no malware can inject anything into it, or no attacker can use them to spread malware onto your machine, maybe through a chat window. And it's only this integrated, complete kind of solution that manages to keep you actually up and running. And I think that's all we need nowadays.
Well, that's interesting because, as you said, so many of us are using video conferencing applications today for work and for family get-togethers and such. I've heard of people trying to hack in to show horrible stuff in a video chat. I haven't heard of people attacking your computer through this. So tell me how real the danger is.
Yeah, unfortunately, there are vulnerabilities. There have been vulnerabilities in Zoom, in Microsoft Teams, and all those applications, because it is software programmed and coded by humans, right? So we do make errors. And one of those vulnerabilities, for example, allowed an attacker to send you a kind of a message in a chat, but just by viewing it, it would actually start a Trojan horse on your computer. And this one could then download ransomware and encrypt all your files, or of course, start monitoring for credit cards and passwords in the background. So it's not just about someone making funny noises in the background of your video chat. It can actually seriously damage your data on the machine. And we all know maybe it's not just even you on your computer. It might be your children, right? They use maybe video applications for school calls as well. So if someone attacks them through that application, your work data might be deleted. And that's not going to be happy for anyone. So that's why you need to protect it with applications like Acronis True Image 2021.
I would add, if I may, that the threat landscape is evolving because now everybody works from home. We work from unprotected home networks. We don't have corporate IT looking after our security. And in our networks, we have lots of devices. I personally have more than 50 devices in my home, and I don't really know some of them. And there's like IoT devices, there are smart TVs, and all of those devices may be attacked. So somebody can get in to your network through one of those devices. You don't even think about it. You can have like a camera in your house or a smart TV, and people will get into your network and then infect your computers. And you may have people on your network who are not really trained in security. You have little children that are just playing games or watching movies. And at the end of the day, they can be the way for a hacker to get in. And it's really a problem because now you don't really have to be super smart to attack those devices. You can download the ready-to-use kits from the dark web, and you can deploy them at scale, and you can go after a lot of home users.
Are there any advantages to combining the two here, the backup and the protection, when it comes to the effect of this software running in the background and on the performance of your computer?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not just that we added some single solution, kind of combining it on the one console, right? It's a real integration, which means, for example, you can generate an allow list out of a backup, which means once we know that your image with all the applications that you needed is in the backup, we can ensure that none of those will be detected or removed by the antivirus. And of course, we can also scan your backups offline. So if you make a backup to the cloud, we scan it in the cloud. So your local machine does not have a performance hit. You can still work normally. And if something is found, it will of course be removed. So then whenever you restore, you got a clean image. So there's a lot of those additional features that you only get if you can integrate the solutions. And we really think that this will add an additional benefit for the overall protection.
Gaidar, you touched on this briefly before, but I think you need to emphasize a little bit the ease of use here. This is you don't need to be an IT person or have an IT person over your shoulder to get this up and running.
Yes, absolutely. And that's crucial for security. So one of the major reasons that people are failing at security is because it's complicated or it's annoying. So one way to solve it is the way we do it is that when you install True Image, you don't have to configure anything. You just click a few times and you have the full image of your system going to the cloud or to a local drive or to external drive or to a network device. You can choose where to put your data, but for most users, it's just a few clicks and everything goes to cloud. So it's extremely easy to install and configure. And adding to what Candid mentioned is that integration brings us some unique capabilities. One of the unique capabilities actually is avoiding false positive, because the problem for a lot of users is that when their antivirus is flagging something and showing them notifications, eventually they just get annoyed and they disable it or they ignore it. In our case, we have very low false positive detection rate because when we use our behavioral engine and we detect some suspicious activity, we don't have to really block it right away. We can monitor it, and if this activity is actually a malicious activity, we can block it and prevent the damage by recovering all the information from a backup, because we have this backup copy of the data. So this is just a good example on how adding antivirus to backup and backup to antivirus make things better for both backup and antivirus.
Well, you're giving consumers more for their money here, so tell us how much this costs and compared with the previous version, and how people can get it.
People can go to acronis.com and download the trial and test it before they buy it. And as for the pricing, we have a wide variety of options depending on how much storage people need in the cloud. I would say that majority of people, they would be good with one computer version and 500 gigabytes of cloud storage. It's $89.99. And if you compare that to other solutions, if you use an antivirus and backup solution in your machine, in most cases it will be much cheaper than having two licenses for two separate products. And actually, interesting thing is that because we launched this product and we really wanted to be available to everybody, we will have a special introductory pricing. So after the launch and until November, we'll have a discount on all the versions of Acronis True Image subscriptions.
And that's per year that you're talking about. It's an annual subscription?
Yes, it's an annual subscription, yes, because you have cloud storage and you also have the antivirus that should be updated all the time. So it's a subscription product.
And we should say too, with the backup, people have the option of what they want to store in the cloud and what they might want to store locally. And there are some real advantages, obviously, to having things stored in the cloud when it comes to protection from natural disasters, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, absolutely. So the beauty of True Image is that you can configure as many copies as you want. So you can have a copy in the cloud, copy locally, copy on the network, and you can decide what to include, exclude in those copies. So let's say if you're working with lots of video files that you're not really keeping, it's just some drafts and you discard them, you may want to exclude them so they will not be copied anywhere, and just you'll save some time and some space. It's very flexible product if you want to configure something, but at the same time, if you don't want to configure anything, it's just a few clicks, you can install it, launch it, and it just works.
Terrific. And for more information, the place to go is acronis.com, acronis.com. Gaidar, Magdanurov, and Candid, Wuest, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you, Fred.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C-Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. Listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.